What's going on, everybody? The community manager Jacob here, and I want to take a video and just explain to you some of the differences in game assets within Duo. So you've maybe been playing Duo for a little while, maybe you're brand new to Duo. I want to explain to you kind of what you might be confused about when you're just looking around. You see all these different colors, all these different prompts, different cards, what's going on. So this is a video explaining all of that. We're going to dive into Rarity, we're going to dive into humor type, and we're going to look at kind of some of these core mechanics of Duo gameplay in regards to the assets that you have in your wallet. Now, the first thing to understand when it comes to Duo is that there are two different types of assets. There are, first of all, black cards, which serve as prompt cards, and then there are color cards, which serve as the punchline cards. The two go together and you pair the best pair that you possibly can. Now, you may have been able to pick up on that already just by checking out pre-alpha gameplay and seeing kind of that core mechanic of a black card getting played, everybody plays their punchline color cards in, and then the best ones are picked at the end of the day. What you may not know is what the different colors mean, or what the different backgrounds mean, or what the numbers at the bottom of the cards mean. So we're going to cover all of that in this video. So let's just start it off with talking about the gameplay mechanic differences between black cards and color cards. Black cards will offer a both passive and active gameplay type for the holders. In full Duo gameplay, you're going to have the option as a black card holder to play your black card in and then pick winners from the color cards that are played on your black card. When you pick a winner, you'll be rewarded for your time picking that winner. However, you will also have the opportunity to play a more passive game type with that black card. So, for example, you could delegate it in to be played on, but say, I don't want to pick a winner. I will just let the community pick the winner for me. In which case, you will get less rewards for having that card in play than you would if you were to pick the winner yourself, but at least you'd still get some rewards from playing your black card, and it would be out of sight, out of mind. It would be similar to renting out property per se. In one case, maybe you do all the maintenance work, and on another case, maybe you hire a landlord to do it. Either way, you're going to make money on the asset that you own, you just might not make as much. Now, on the other hand, color cards are active gameplay assets. That means the only way to play a color card and earn rewards on that color card is to play it on a black card in a round. Now, when it comes to any Duo asset, there are different levels of rarity for each asset. For example, you can have a common color card, a rare color card, or a super rare color card. Now, this doesn't actually dictate the content on the card. The content on the card stays the same, but what's different is the background or the aesthetic of the card itself. Imagine you're a black card owner and you're picking a winner, and one person has Ethereum that looks like this, and the other card has Ethereum that looks like this. Well, you're going to be more inclined to go with the super rare card because they decided to use that super rare card on your prompt. The number at the bottom of the card signifies how many of that prompt exist in the marketplace and what number of prompt you have. So perhaps you have prompt number 4 of 45, somebody else has prompt number 8 of 45. The numbers don't correspond to the rarity level of the card, however. Number 8 might be a super rare, might be common, might be rare, we don't know. This number at the bottom of the card is just the differentiator to show you that it's a unique asset that you own. There's also another rarity factor, which is signature cards. In the Genesis deck, there are only 454 signature color cards out of the total 50,000. There's also only 46 signature black cards in the deck out of a possible 5,000 black cards. So if you happen to get a card with a signature on it, that's also extremely rare. If you happen to get a signature on a super rare, well, then that's a really, really rare card. If you're interested in the breakdown of rarity, there's about a 61% chance you're going to get a common card, about a 31% chance you're going to get a rare card, and about an 8% chance that you're going to get a super rare background card. Now again, those cards could come with any content from our deck, and the content itself is not dictated in rarity. There is 45 of every color card quip, and there is 9 of each black card prompt. Now again, that's just for the Genesis deck. There is going to be limited edition cards, such as the Becoming a Whale card, which is a color card, but is only a 1 of 9. Now the last thing is the different types of colors that the Duo cards represent. You've probably noticed that black cards and color cards have a different humor type. And at the bottom, you'll see a Duo logo that has a color corresponding to that humor type. You'll always be able to tell what type of humor your card is based on the color of the card or the color of the tiny Duo logo in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, let's take a look at the humor archetypes that are in Duo and the different cards that correspond with those humors. Now, this data is based on our research of humor archetypes, and we feel like it's really important to mention that humor could possibly change and is definitely open to interpretation. So while you might have a card that is dictated as one humor type, depending on how it's played or how it's used or even how it's interpreted, it may have different humor subcategories as well. The way we determine humor archetype is we look at the card and we determine what humor level that card most likely fits in or is the most likely to be used in, and that's the use case humor type that we assign to that card. So the first and probably most obvious humor type in Duo is sexual humor. Sexual humor is represented by this pink-purple color, and this is what the different cards look like. Obviously, this one really doesn't need any explanation, as we probably all know what sexual humor entails. The second type of humor in Duo is witty humor. It's the dry humor, the dad jokes, those classic punchlines that you just can't get enough of. That's witty humor, and it's represented by a blue color in Duo. So if you have some witty humor cards, it will always be represented in that blue color, and that actually happens to be the main color of Duo itself. The third type of humor in Duo is kind of similar to witty humor. We call it innocent humor, and it's represented by a green color. Now, innocent humor differs from witty humor in that innocent humor is really not trying to be funny at all. Innocent humor is family-friendly humor. It's not offensive, it's not brash, it's just good old-fashioned prompts and quips. Things that maybe could be interpreted a lot of different ways. The fourth type of humor in Duo is the one you've probably seen the most in gameplay, as I think that there happens to be more cards like this than any of the other humor types in Duo, and that is the purple humor type, which we call nonsensical humor. This is maybe called anti-humor. It's just weird, wacky things. Things that are so off the wall, they're hilarious because you just have to chuckle at how strange they are. Anything that we feel fits in maybe multiple humor categories, or doesn't fit in a humor category at all, or is just too weird to really be classified as anything, fits into the nonsensical humor category, and is represented by that purple color. The fifth color you may have noticed in Duo is a yellow color, and the yellow color is representative of what we call cringe humor. Cringe humor is the traditional potty mouth humor. It's the poop jokes, the butt jokes, the things that make you go, yuck, that's disgusting. It's meant to get a gut-wrenching out of you just for being purely nasty. That's cringe humor, and you'll always find it represented in Duo by a yellow color. The last two humor types in Duo have some clear distinctions, but they're also slightly similar, so there's maybe some confusion there, and I want to clear that up right now. So aggressive humor is represented by the color orange. Now, aggressive humor is humor that is geared at feelings of agitation, aggression, or anger. These are things like racist comments, things that people are making fun of other people. Cards of the orange category are things where you're going to be laughing at other people, not with them. Aggressive humor is just a mean humor type, and it's different than dark humor. Dark humor is represented by the color red in Duo, and dark humor is different from aggressive humor in that it's sadistic and dark. Unlike making fun of people like aggressive humor, dark humor focuses on things like death, pain, and evil. This one's not too hard to understand. We all know what dark humor is, but sometimes people get it confused with aggressive humor. It's very different and distinguishable, so that's why we have two separate categories, one for aggressive and one for dark humor. Hopefully this video gives you some insight into what you're looking at when you're watching Duo being played or when you receive cards to your wallet, so you'll know kind of how these different humor categories work. Thanks for sticking around for this video, and I'll see you all in the pre-alpha gameplay channel.